Hello, my name is Flourina. So today talking about the role of motivation in SLA. But first of all, what is motivation? Is this thing so important in our life, especially in learning a second language? So according to Keller, motivation has been interpreted as the choices people make as to what experiences or goals they will approach or avoid, and the degree of effort that they will exert in that respect. Motivation is one of the most important elements in doing every single thing, doing every single activity in this life. And in learning a second language, it is a highly constant and significant element. So if your motivation level is not enough or your motivation level is low, learning would be a trouble for you. There would be a lot of difficulties that you will face. You will lose your heart. You will give up at learning, as there is a direct relationship between motivation and performance in the second language. So motivation has been broadly recognized as one of the major variables that determine the level and success of second language learning. Meyer and Arthur explained that key elements of motivation are direction, persistence and continuing motivation, and then the last is activity level. And then there are four critical factors that determine motivation based on Keller's. The first one, interest, involves whether the activity relates to what people are curious about. People will be more motivated when they study something that interests them. And then the second is relevance, concerns whether the activity relates to what people feel is necessary for them to do. And then the third is expectancy. Two aspects of this are whether or not we expect to succeed, and a psychological concept known as locus of control. And then the last is outcome. The outcome is positive or negative. Positive outcomes are high grades, praise from teachers and peers, and perceived success in using the L2. And what about the negative outcomes? There are low grades, criticism from teachers and peers, and perceived lack of success. So there are two main types of motivation: extrinsic and intrinsic. Outcomes are linked with extrinsic motivation. This type of motivation relies on reinforcement from outside the individual, such as grades. But intrinsic motivation relies on reinforcement from within, such as feeling of competence and self-determination. And then there are two other important motivation types in a language learning. Integrative motivation refers to positive attitude of an individual towards the L2 community and its culture. It serves a strong reason to learn the L2. Instrumental motivation refers to more functional reasons for learning a language. For example, like to get a better job or a promotion and etc. And then about classroom implication of the research on motivation. The first one, teachers should try to increase student motivation for forthcoming activities by explaining how these activities relate to student needs and interest. And then about the degree of challenge should be at the right level. And then group activities help satisfy humans' need for affiliation. Using a variety of instructional techniques and materials helps. And then teachers might try to stimulate intrinsic motivation, and giving students more control over classroom decisions can help them develop a more internal locus of control. That is the material that I've been learned in the previous meeting. So wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.